adding onto those. If you haven't done the previous classes, feel free to jump in. It's fairly straightforward, but I've put a link in the comments to the other classes if you want to go back and refresh those. Before I go on, please do give me a thumbs up if you are watching, or give me a little heart if you're... Oh, and we're on again. Okay, so apologies if you were watching and we lost connection. I'm going to keep going. Hopefully that won't happen again. I'm going to be running a course soon, starting next week, which is my usual belly dance for beginners course, but obviously now we're online. You can join from wherever you are in the world. You don't have to be based in Brighton. The link for that is in the comments, and I will talk a little bit more about that afterwards. But let's have a dance first of all. I'm going to pop some music on. If you have any injuries, please do check in with your doctor before you do any new type of movement. This is fairly low impact, but if anything does hurt at any point, please do stop. It shouldn't hurt. Maybe you might find muscles that you haven't used before, and that's totally fine. Obviously take it at your own pace, and if you need to stop for breaks, please do so. We're going to do a very short warm-up and a very short cool down, so if you need a little bit longer of a warm-up and cool down, please make sure you do that. So I'm going to get the music going and let's start. Okay, so we're going to start with a wide stance and wrapping the hands around the belly and the low back, closing the eyes, take a nice deep breath in and squeeze out every atom of air. And again, breathing in, deep into the bottom of the torso, into the sides of the body and the back of the body, and contracting all the way around as you breathe out. Breathing in again, wide into the rib cage, into the side of the ribs and the back of the ribs, and contracting all the way around as you breathe out. Opening the eyes, arms coming up, shoulders down, and press down through center, lifting the chest. And again, palms up, as the arms come up overhead, engaging just below the belly button, lengthen the low back. And again, arms coming up. We're going to add a plie, so pressing down, sliding your back down an imaginary wall, and taking the arms up. And again, pressing down, and arms come up. One more time. We're just going to bring the right arm over, dropping the chin to the chest, opening up with the left arm. Bringing that arm over, chin to chest, opening up with the right. Let's take it a little deeper, rounding into the upper back. And one more time to the other side. Bending the knees, bring the feet together, rolling the shoulders forwards, opening up across the back of the body, and rolling the shoulders back. We're going to step touch to the side, right foot, and step, touch, and I'm bending the knees in between. You can take this as deep or as not deep as you like. We're going to extend through the side of the body, swinging the arms. And arm comes across and over the body, and across and over. And sweeping across the front. You can follow the hand with the gaze. And holding it center with a plie. Bend the knees, breathing in, press down and lift. Two more. And coming back to that step touch again. Here we go. And step, touch, step, touch. Bend the knees, lengthen the low back and extending through the side of the body. Arms come up and arm comes across and over. And sweeping across the front. Let's hold it center with that plie. Bend the knees, breathing in and out. Lifting up, two more. And bringing the feet together. We're going to come into our basic belly dance posture. So feet are hip distance apart, so underneath your hip bones. And weight is nice and even in the feet. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Length in the low back, so a little bit of energy in the low belly. And rolling the shoulders up, back and down. nice and wide across the front of the body and nice and wide across the back. Long neck, imaginary helium balloon lifting you tall and elegant, and imaginary weight on your tailbone anchoring you down to the ground. So from here, from this nice soft knee position, we're going to come up into our hips. So right hip comes up and left and right and left. Really squeezing the hip up towards the rib cage. Little faster, and right, left, left. Remember to keep that length in the low back the whole time. Right, left, left. So this is something that we've done for the last 2 weeks. So remember, if this is the first time joining me, please do go back and revisit the other videos. We're going to do doubles. So right, left, right, left. Right, and left. Right, left. And 4, 3, we're going to go back to singles, but we're going to walk with them. So right hip, left hip, and I'm going to step with the same foot that the hip is coming up. Right, left, and right, left. Optional, we can take the arms up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Press down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time with the arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's keep the arms still. We're going to go doubles with the hips. So I'm stepping half the time the hips are going. Right hip, left hip. And if you've got the space, you can walk forwards a little bit and walking back. One more time, forwards, double hip, and back. Let's try with arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pressing down as we go back. One more time with the arms. And down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very nice. Let's take a deep breath in. Straighten the legs for a moment. Engaging the abdominals, folding forwards with a flat back. Softening the knees, rounding the spine as you allow the torso to rest on the knees, relaxing the spine. Coming up halfway, straighten the legs, engage the muscles in the backs of the legs and in the front of the legs too. And folding forwards, rounding down, and arms coming out to the side all the way up. Okay, we're going to do some rib cage lifts again, like we were doing last week. We're lifting the chest up and down. It's like you had a piece of string attached to your sternum and you're lifting the chest up towards the diagonal top corner. I'm thinking about pulling the shoulder blades down the back a little bit. It's not really the shoulder blades moving, but sometimes it's easier to help think of that. Make sure the shoulders are pretty much staying still in space though, yeah? The movement's really coming from the spine and the upper back muscles. Okay, and lift and drop. Lift and drop. And if you want to play with the feeling of this, it could be soft, soft, soft down, soft lift, soft down, or it could be sharp, 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 sharp. Let's try a little faster. And up, down, up, down. Make sure you're taking nice long deep breaths over the top, because this one's easy to connect to the breath, and ideally we don't want to do that in case we want to go fast with the movement. 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Let's press the hands forwards, round the spine, stretch that out a little bit, and release. So now we're going to do a similar movement with the pelvis. So low belly is going to contract more than it is, so it's coming even beyond neutral. So our neutral position, the bowl of our pelvis is flat, and we're actually tilting it. If we had water, we'd be spilling water out of the back of this imaginary bucket. This is a really small contraction. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to find, so don't worry if you don't get it right away. But try and relax your glutes. They'll want to help and do this kind of thrusting motion, which it isn't, yeah? So lower belly lifts to get this really cute little pelvis movement. Lift and lift. And And when I'm releasing, I'm just coming back to neutral. It looks a little bit bigger because I'm actually allowing my belly to release all the way. I'm kind of giving it a little bit of a push out because, you know, I'm a belly dancer, so I want a big visual, but I'm not contracting into my low back. Little faster, lift, 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 lift. And 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Shake it out, shake out your belly. Release it a little bit. We're going to put these two together now. So we're going to do rib cage for 8 counts. Now pelvis, lift at the front. And when I say pelvis lift, I'm really talking about the pubic bone, yeah? But that's a bit long to say. But now rib cage, lift and lift one more time. And pelvis, lift, neutral, lift, neutral. Now 4 counts of each. We're going to go up, down, and pelvis. And again, rib cage and pelvis. Now 2 counts of each. So lift, down, lift, down, lift, down, lift, down, lift, down, lift, down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. So we moved quite quickly into that transition. If you were taking a full class with me, we'd build up to that a little bit slower. So don't worry if that seemed like a lot. We are going to add on. I want to give you one more thing with that today. We're going to do the same contractions, but we're going to smooth it out. So we're going to go lift, down, pelvis, neutral. Lift. So these are soft contractions rather than hard contractions, and it makes an undulation or a body wave in the spine. And sometimes this one's easier to get a little bit faster. Lift, roll, down. It's the same contractions as before, but we're just doing them in a slightly different way, allowing the dots to connect. And lift, roll, down. It's as if you were rolling your back down an imaginary wall behind you. Let's do 4 more. Lift, roll, down, lift, roll, down, up, roll, down, and up, roll, down, and release. Shake it out. Arms come up and press down through center. So hips stay still for a second. We're going to wave the right arm to the corner, bring it down. Other side. Up, 2, 3, 4, and down. A little faster. Right arm and down. Now we're going to do them both at the same time. So the right arm comes up, and then as it comes down, the left arm is going to lift. And right arm and left arm. And right and left. And right, left, right, left. We're going to add an optional little sway with the upper body. So if you feel like you've got the arm undulations under control, just add this sway. And this is all it is, nothing more technical than that. It can feel a little bit challenging though, as the feet are quite close together. Let's slow it down. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. And it should just feel really nice, moving in the direction that your spine's supposed to move. You can allow the head to release at the end. A little faster. And sway. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And give your arms a hug, chin to chest. And shake it out. All right, let's put all of that together. So we're going to do walking forward, single and double hips. So single, 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 and double, double. Now twice as fast. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and double, double, double. Now 4 counts of each. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and double, double, and single. 2, 3, 4, double, double, and single. Now we're going to add the rib cage. And 1, 2, 3, 4, pelvis, pelvis, and rib cage for 2, and pelvis. Now back to hips. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and double. Now rib cage, pelvis, lift, lift, and pelvis. Let's add the undulation. Up, roll, down, back to the hips. Here we go. And single, 2, 3, 4, and double. Double rib cage, lift, down, pelvis. Now roll them out, up, roll, down, up, roll, down. Last thing, we're going to do the arm waves, arm waves, arm waves, arm waves, and hip, 2, 3, 4, and double. And rib cage, pelvis. Let's do it this way, rib cage, pelvis. Now, up, roll, down with the undulations, arm waves. The optional body sway, you can just do the arms if you prefer. And hip, 2, 3, 4, and double. And lift, drop, pelvis, and rib cage, pelvis, and up, roll, down, and again. Up, roll, down, sway to the side. We're going to do 2 more. And hips, right, left, and doubles. Rib cage up and down. Pelvis, up, and undulation, 2, 3, 4, lift, 5, 6, 7, 8, and sway, sway. We're going to do 1 more. I'm going to bring the arms up with the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and lift, pelvis, lift, and pelvis, and up, roll, down, up, roll, down, and sway, 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 and release. Take a nice deep breath in, straighten the legs, and folding forwards, flexing at the hips, then rounding the spine at the very end, releasing the head all the way down, allowing the torso to rest on the thighs, coming up halfway flat back, engaging the thigh muscles to lengthen in the backs of the legs, pulling the belly in, and folding forwards again, releasing the head all the way down. Engaging the abdominals, coming up with a flat back. Bring the arms up and down and release. Shake it out. We're going to take the right foot back. Both sets of toes pointing forwards, tail underneath you. And clasping the hands behind the back, rotating, opening up across the front of the body. And then taking the weight into the back leg, stretching out. So I'm moving through these stretches very quickly. Feet into parallel, rolling yourself up. Grab something to balance with if you need to. Foot into the hand. If you need to hold these stretches for longer, please do so. In fact, I recommend it. And crossing the leg over above or below the knee. And coming to the other side, left foot back, toes pointing forward, square the hips, tail underneath you, clasp the hands behind the back again, rotating the shoulders, opening up across the front of the body, squeezing the belly, and taking the weight into the back leg, stretching the front leg out. And then feet into parallel, rolling up. Grab something for support if you need it, taking the foot in the hand, knees in line with each other. And then crossing the leg over, above or below the knee. And coming up. And we're done. Let me just turn the music down. So before you run away, please do put any comments in there. Oh, hey, Anna. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you for following along. And also, hey, Claire as well. I saw you there. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for coming and having a dance. I've got a new course starting next week. So obviously this would normally be in a studio in Brighton, but one of the miracles of all this is now that I'm teaching my classes from home online, you can join me. So I've popped a link in the comments box to my website. All of the classes are on there. The beginners class and the level 2 class, which is called Fusion Expansions, start again next week. Obviously this is a beginners level mini thing. So if you're interested in the beginners class, I have popped a link for 10% off into the comments box. If you happen to be watching and you want to do the fusion class, shoot me a message and I'll sort you out as well with the same discount. And yes, I think that's all I have to say. Places are limited. I'm not going to make this into like a massive online class. Like, I'm going to try and keep it small because I do have like a group of regular students who come to my classes in Brighton, and obviously I want to still be able to give them the individual attention that I usually do, but it would be also nice to dance with some other people online. If you are on low income, or if you have had your income affected by things closing down because of COVID, then there are some special prices on there as well. And please do shoot me a message if you need any help. I am happy to talk about that. So I think that's it. If you are watching on Catch Up, please give me a like or a thumbs up as well. Thank you for those who joined me live today as well. I really appreciate you coming and dancing with me. And I will see you next time. Take care.